Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Real Estate 101, the podcast. I got with me here the master of everything, Marcus Washington, the true amazing. Marcus, man, you are, the lead designer of Grndzro. You work at Booz Allen Hamilton. Man, you're a big dog.
Experience there. Yeah.
You're a big dog in many fields, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I really looked up to you, and I always looked up to you in the entrepreneur sense. And I just want to talk to you in this segment about, entrepreneurship, how you were able to grow in the field, how you started, and just continue to go from there. So let's just start first, man. You have a diverse portfolio, my guy. So what all do you do?
So the basis of my background is design, obviously. I've been designing for a long time, since I've probably known you. Mm-hmm. That's actually when I started designing in high school. And that's when, we started high school. And then, I started taking like different classes, trying a lot of things. And like now I've actually got a job in design. That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. I actually, it took a lot to find a job in design because you kind of have to figure out, like, I didn't want to be a graphic designer, right? Like, I don't want my title to be graphic designer, and I don't really want to work in the space of advertising and marketing, because I don't really want that to be my long-term lane. So I kind of wanted to just work in technology.
Yeah.
Found a job called user experience designer, whatever that is. So I just started tailoring my resume to make it look like that over time, like I actually know what I was doing. And I started doing user experience designing applications and websites and stuff like that. And that's my day job now. But what we're here for is Grndzro. But yeah, Grndzro, I do something very similar, but it's a lot more business application. And it's very design focused, but I actually have to do like a lot of client relations and actually like researching, discovering information and kind of going through it and figuring out like, okay, what is their business about? Mm-hmm. What does the industry look like? What does the market space in this area look like? And kind of see how the competitors do it and really go through, like, really uncover people's businesses. And
it's a lot of research in that involved.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a different type of research because you just have to ask people questions.
Right.
It's really and a couple of Google searches, but that's not really like anything intensive. But yeah, I do like business strategy and designing websites, logos. Grndzro is just like a full scale digital agency where we just provide everything we need, kind of like a creative resource or an external marketing team per se.
Right.
For a business, yeah.
That's what's up. So your job like a consultant on steroids. You do the consulting field, then you do the design, then you do everything else to build businesses to where they need to be.
Yeah, and right now it's really just like practice for me because like I know this is it's gonna be a long road. Mm-hmm. I'm growing to be more intelligent as I get older and stuff like that. So I can't even imagine like what I'm like how like smart I'm gonna be by the time I'm 30 and how I'm gonna look at it totally different by then, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Grndzro clients, my clients are great. I'm working right now with a child therapy center with two women who started their first center for like children with autism and like disabilities and stuff like that in Southeast, and now they moving to PG County to kind of address a need. And that's one good example. Like, I'm really like a type of person where I have to work with people who like don't really like, when you're starting a business and you may not have studied business or like you really just had an idea and you're like kind of going through with it. You may not have thought about this, that, or the third. Mm-hmm. I kind of just talk people through conversations that like, maybe have you thought about this? Have you thought about making your business go paperless and making people sign documents and just send it straight back to you so you don't have to do no fax and paper type of thing? Mm-hmm. People don't really think about that, but it's simple to us because we don't use paper. We never use paper. Like our generation is just
right.
We left it back in like in 7th grade.
Yeah, right. I don't use a notebook. I use everything I do is on the iPad.
See, but that's one thing I kind of got back to now that I actually do like really like having that ideate and brainstorm like ideas and solutions and stuff like that. I pick it back up, pick sticky notes. You see some, I got some
Oh
sticky
yeah,
notes.
sticky notes are
Right
like OC. Yeah,
here. Yeah, and like just like I write in my notebook just a lot. On like a website or something, I just make some boxes, make shapes, stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
And it's easy to just like get it on paper, especially that's like some good advice for designers as well. Just get it on paper, like whatever you're thinking about, and then
Right.
it'll be easier.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, ever since I know you, bro, since like high school, starting at Facebook, you had the biggest, like, the biggest shoe ring, the biggest shoe group in the area. It was crazy. Like, people going
E-commerce
crazy, telling
platform,
people
like
making money,
no
man.
lie, Facebook e-commerce platform before Shopify came out.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, that was real cool.
So, what made you like? Ever since then, I just always know you as like a very business savvy guy.
I'm
So,
glad.
like, what made you? I mean, what made you like even want to start being an entrepreneur? Because I feel like you've been trying to grind since we were young.
I feel like it's just a part of me for real at this point. Like I be trying to answer the question. Like every time I think about this, I'm just like, I think further back into my life and things that I have done. And it's just always been. It's just started ever since I was a kid. Like I don't know. Like I've been using a computer by myself since I was like 3. Like you know what I'm saying. After that, it was really just up from there. I started like just. I was just always really like I just experiment with things. I just try anything. Like even if it costs money, like you know what I'm saying. I know I'm gonna get money back. Like I'm not gonna get time right now back that I can spend on like trying some type of thing. So I just like started trying a lot of different things. And just like if I would see something, like I would like this one thing that like people who have created startups, like really big startups that have made a lot of money are good at. Like I really just like take I'm sorry. Like taking some, looking at it, and then just completely twisting it, but like keeping that same essence. So like changing something that's really like pivotal about like what you see in a business or something like that,
Right.
and just taking it and spinning it on the side.
Right.
And, like people who are make a lot of money are good at that,
Right.
but I've been just really trying to practice that since I was a kid, and like I just started coming up with businesses. Like all the shit that I've done has been done before. And just I see the
Yours
gap.
is different. Like you said, you just find ways to spin stuff.
I see the gap. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see like, for example, with Grndzro, our generation in entrepreneurship are like a fairy tale match made in heaven type of situation. Like everybody wants to be an entrepreneur and not go to work. So, people are going to be starting businesses and like people are going to be starting businesses with very limited resources. So that's our niche audience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the people who are at the beginning stages of what they want to do and like have limited resources, but will be able to work with that. We also have another customer base that's like actually established businesses that like, you know what I'm saying? But like the actual niche market that we actually are targeting to are like people who are at the beginning stage with limited resources. So,
yeah, I feel like I have a very like, of course, real estate and Grndzro are two completely different, you know.
Yeah, I love real estate though. I invest in real estate.
Yeah, investing in real estate is a very OC financial gain that people need to take advantage of.
Yeah, like I actually am like, so if I didn't be a designer, I would want to be an architect.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Like a lot of people say that. Yeah, I'm gonna say like, and I've taken like some classes on like architecture and shit like that. But I think real estate is just something that you just can't ignore. Like, and it's like even when you have housing market crashes and stuff like that, like there's still plots of land here on Earth. Like at the end of the day, like somebody has to cop it.
Somebody has to.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not just gonna be sitting there. And even and like I've been thinking about working like my family's from the South. So I'm thinking about just starting there, kind of building a portfolio and working my way up because it's like dirt cheap.
And it's crazy. Like the Prince George's County market compared to other down south markets is a whole different ball game, man.
Bro, we dealing with $400,000 townhouses up here. Like,
ain't that crazy? That's something, bro.
We're dealing with $400,000 mansions. Like,
yeah, man.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of building a small portfolio, like back where my family from,
Mm-hmm.
and using land for different types of things. Like for example, like timber,
Mm-hmm.
just grow trees, cut the shit down.
Mm-hmm.
Section 8 housing,
Mm-hmm.
like apartment buildings. Like Section 8 is going to pay you every month.
Bro, Section 8 is the way to go.
The government is going to pay you. Like if you want to do it, investment property, yeah.
Exactly. Even now, bro, like in times of financial crisis, we got people out of jobs. Landlords still have to pay their mortgage, but
Landlords on people's ass for real. It's not
exactly.
me. And because shoot, I rent, and I'm thinking I get an email one day. Everyone said like something like rent relief or something like that. So I'm thinking in the email they gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, like maybe it's gonna be a freeze. People who got some type of situation send a letter or something. They was like, nah, pay online.
That was our rent relief.
They were just like, yeah, pay online. Like we know it's a harsh situation, whatever. But man, we went to
Exactly. But I mean, when some people out of jobs, like some people just really can't pay or are falling a hard time. So
money's not moving. That's
yeah,
the problem.
exactly. Some landlords, they are forgiving, but a lot of landlords, they still requesting what they need. Because at the end of the day, like I said, they got to pay their mortgage. And with Section 8,
if you was the landlord who was going through Corona, and like you sitting on your assets is like your money's not moving at all. Your damn stock portfolio is going down. You're like, shit, I need this rent.
yeah, I know. That's crazy thing about it. That's what I'm dealing with right now with one of my landlord partners and her tenants. None of them necessarily need the money, but it came to a situation where the tenant is about to move out. We're trying to find provisions where we can, allot them a certain amount of time past the stay-at-home order to search, which is very understandable.
Yeah, yeah.
But the landlord, their rent was due on the 5th. The landlord, she asked me to inquire about the rent on the 2nd because she was like, they usually always pay on the 1st and 2nd. I just want to know, if anything has been affecting them, what's been going on. So it's been that type of communication back and forth between the landlords and the tenants to see what's up.
My bad. Is she an understandable client to work with though? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because like like we was just talking about, it's hard times for everybody, and for being a landlord, definitely no exception.
But yeah, bro. Like landlords need the money too, because you don't know what they have going on, and of course you have to be, careful for renters as well. So it's a back and forth. But like with Section 8, man, you getting paid every month.
If I was a landlord right now, I wouldn't take. I wouldn't freeze the rent because that could work backwards. Because when it's August and you didn't collect the rent for April, May, June, July, you're not doing yourself any justice because you didn't have the money then. You're not gonna have the money now. It's 4 times what you was gonna pay. So I think I would just like, if I was a landlord and say I had a 6 apartment building or something, like just talk to the tenants, the head of house, and just be like, yeah, look, so payment plan. We gonna pay a quarter this month, pay the rest on that. Then like figure out the numbers and just work.
Exactly, and that's exactly what me and my landlord tenant are trying to do with these renters. Just trying to find, like I said, the best strategy in order to acquire the money without affecting them totally. So yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to do. Corona's no joke. How has it been affecting your business and everything that you got going on?
Shoot. Me and my clients are stuck together like glue right now. It's like, it's really like, and they like, most of them are not essential businesses, like they're small businesses, so they're not going into their to their regular place of business. And we still doing conference calls like crazy though. Like now, the hustle and bustle of life is kind of just slowed down. My clients don't got take their kids up from school and stuff like that. Like we can just get on conference call anytime. Like I'm really like, my consulting hours are open to pretty much all day at this point. Like I can work my job simultaneously and just make sure my calendar is right. But yeah, it brought me together. So brought me a lot closer to my clients. My clients seem actually very happy that we've been able to talk more. But yeah, payment. A couple people said they were gonna wait for the stimulus check from Trump to pay me.
Go
Like,
ahead.
I mean, I can't commence no word, but you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? We can talk. You know what I'm saying? We can talk.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about that. It really sucks because like I don't know, like I wouldn't spend my stimulus check on that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
At all.
Like I really even like me being me, the owner of my business, like keeping 100 with you. If I'm waiting on a stimulus check to fund a business, I really don't know if I would do that because you kind of need to save that for a rainy day. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I kind of been learning that and just like that's been most of my studying and being in the house
Mm-hmm.
since quarantine is just like learning money and just like personal finance and how it works in the scope of the macro economy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I just been we gotta all get cash right now. At the end of the day, like money's not moving. We have to get as much cash as possible, like
Right.
all these people, and just put it away. So, um, yeah,
And financial literacy, how would you think, what would you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 as far as your understanding of it?
like a 6.
A 6, really?
Yeah, I'm some shit. Can't say I can't save money, but I just be kind. I just found out a cool way to save money. I kind of just when I get my check, I tax myself per month, like just how you would get like a Maryland tax and a federal tax and like whatever other withholdings you have in your W-4. I kind of just like tax myself stocks, real estate investment trusts, and high yield savings. So
Mm-hmm.
you got, Marcus by Goldman Sachs for the high yield savings. Stocks is Robinhood with Fidelity as my other broker, and yeah.
So how exactly do high yield savings work?
So it's just like how you collect a interest return on your savings account like by year, like a yearly annual rate. Except for the rates be low.
Rates are crazy low. It's like 0.01%.
0.0125, 0.035, something like that. I think Marcus, let me fact check. But I think Marcus has like a 0.7 rate or something like that.
Mm.
0.7 APY, 1.7, 1.7, yeah, which is like that.
That is like that.
I think the Federal Reserve lowering the interest rates kind of like messing with it a little bit. I think it might be a little bit lower, but yeah, it's definitely a good thing. And I just put like maybe $100, $200, however much I made at that month at that point, and just like put it away, like
That's what's up.
like gone in the wind. You know what I'm saying?
Do you work alongside like Chance and them in the FinLit exchange? How involved are you with that?
Chance, first of all, that man is a genius.
Oh, I already know.
Bruh, he is OC. Bruh really just like sees an idea and he's like, all right, today's the day. And then next day, today's the day. And he just keep going, you know what I'm saying? Like he really just locks in on it every day. And with FinLit Exchange, like we really just like me, him, and my friend Justice, right? We got a group chat. And we just really be talking about news and money and all that all day. Like really just like how the economy's moving. The Chance got some news every morning, no matter what. Like, bro, like unemployment hit 16 million. I didn't know until he told me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I started him off with some graphics, and I kind of taught him some stuff to do in Photoshop. And got him on the learning curve, and then he kind of just put off the rest.
I got you.
Yeah, that's like one example of like working with a small like just person like us who's trying to be an influencer.
Right.
So yeah.
So just piggybacking on that, just people trying to be influencers. I'm sorry, and people just building their brands, and like you said, entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship for us as millennials and Gen Zs. We Gen Zs or Gen X?
We just
millennials and Gen X, whatever we are. It's like a fairy tale match, bro. So how do you think like social media has played into that?
Well, first of all, I follow a lot of these pages that be talking about like, they've gotten kind of aggressive.
Yeah.
So like invest in, if you're not investing, then what the hell are you doing? Or if you're not doing this, then what are you doing? Start a business today, like, but some of it is just like, bro, like the world has to work like in a certain way. like certain people do certain jobs because that's their calling and purpose in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, sometimes you can waste time causing friction.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes, like even like I've had ideas where I've been so fixated on them joints where I'm just like, bro, this joint gotta go. This joint gotta go. The whole time I wake up, I'm like, damn, that joint was dumb for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just stop and it's the next one. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you really gotta get as much feedback as you possibly can, as early as you can in your process of starting a business. So
Mm-hmm.
like you can identify the holes as quickly as possible. And like, you know, not to really discourage anybody, but you gotta find like your space. You know what I'm saying? You can't really force it. Like, cause everybody, like as we're getting older, like people are seeing like, oh, damn, I can't make a clothing line no more. Like, and like just become a rapper. I'm 25. Like, you know, so it's like you have to really think about like, okay, I'm starting a business. Like women have been doing like skincare, beauty. That whole space is popping. It's going up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna say too much, but when you mix technology in that space, you can go up. So yeah, like people should think about that a lot more.
Right. Technology is crazy now, bro. Especially like you said, for smaller businesses, technology is taking over. You need to take advantage of the technology.
Yeah, it's a lot of resources out there. Like even like, bro, Google has everything you need to do
I'm
everything,
telling you.
like everything. Like Microsoft, you know what I'm saying? You've used Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, all that. You gotta pay and download that joint. But Google is free, open source in your hands. Like you
Mm-hmm.
could do anything, sheets, documents, PowerPoint, all that stuff. So yeah, people got to use Google a lot more and just Excel.
You use Google a lot?
Yeah, like I use I kind of interface my email and all that through Google with my like website. Like so my email is reach@grndzro.com.
Yeah.
So I interface it through Google, and we use like Google Drive and like all that stuff. Like it's just like what we was doing in school.
Mm-hmm.
Like like a lot of entrepreneurs didn't go to school because why they want to be an entrepreneur. So
Exactly.
even though you may not have learned them skills, but like you should already think about it.
Mm-hmm. Did you
Like,
study entrepreneurship at Maryland?
but I took a class and I was like looped in with some of the professors who was like really up in the space.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was in the business school and the business school was like huge on entrepreneurship. We had a whole like giveaway like 15 racks for like a pitch event and like stuff like that. Like the entrepreneurship space at Maryland is like it's deep. So
Yeah.
I got looped in with a lot of professors and like took some classes, but I didn't really like study it because what's really the value of having like an
That's
entrepreneurship?
where I was going with it. Like, how was it? What did you get out of it? Like, you
Yeah,
really can't teach on how to be an entrepreneur. You can be an entrepreneur in any space.
yeah, like I just like working with people, like working with different types of people. So like that's what that class helped for. Like I was working with like some random kids, like some very random kids. I just would not be friends with like outside of class, like type of thing. Like not that they was bad people, but like we wouldn't cross paths.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So working with those people, like it's cool to get out of your shell and like actually like you had at that point you have to put your knowledge on showcase, like in group. It's in group projects and just like projects in general, and like being in spaces where your intellect could be challenged. Like, if you're not like at the table, then
Mm-hmm.
like, you're not really if you're not prepared, then it's really you should have just stayed
Yeah.
home. But yeah, I think people should value that a lot more too.
Yeah, for sure. So just balancing what you got with Booz Allen Hamilton and your businesses, because I know you got a lot, man. You got a lot on your plate. How hard is it? Because I mean, in real estate, you really cannot be where you can be where you want to be. As far as being, a multimillionaire agent and work a full-time job, completely possible. But it's easier to do it, if you're 100% in it.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you say like it is as far as your entrepreneurship and balancing a full-time job? How is it? How hard is it? What have you been doing to just
Um,
maintain a level of productivity over the time?
I heard of this term. It's called a 10% entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much like before you completely dive into your life, into this whole concept of you running your own business, kind of try it out and develop the idea and like I said, get as much feedback as early as you possibly can, so you can like continue to develop it. And I kind of been following this concept because my work has been so crazy. And I'm the type of person that like really wants, like, I don't know why, but I be really wanting to do work. Like, I don't know why.
Me too, dog. Me too. Even now, bro, I'm still up like crazy hours, like just work.
Up at night, like just be doing, like I just like be taking it in the car and just like I just be wanting to do work. Like, I don't know what it is.
It's crazy.
So like like people will ask me to do stuff and I'm not gonna be like, nah, especially if I know how to do it and there's no other resources for me like out here to do it. So I'm like, of course I'm gonna help people out at work. And I kind of like and I ended up becoming like a design like subject matter expert in my space at work. So it's like it's a lot of responsibility, like type of thing. So and running the business is like, luckily we got coronavirus right now because we wouldn't be able to be talking right now because I'd probably be talking to some clients or something.
Yeah.
I get off work and immediately get back on the phone and like just start figuring situations out. So I mean it's very difficult, but it's like not something that you can't do. So you just have to like find just find a balance for real. Cause like right now Grndzro is like supplemental income.
Right.
Until I'm able to like really strike a strategy where I can like hit scale and then continue. So I believe I'm gonna keep this journey going for a long time. It's just like it's a long race. Like you know what I'm saying, I need more people like me to kind of keep what I want to keep going.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn out because like this phase of Grndzro is really just like the OD beginning.
That's crazy.
Like super, like I plan like way down the line, bro. Like I live in the future and it kind of sucks, but like you gotta be thinking further, and that's just all I really be doing with Grndzro. So like once Corona's over, you're gonna see a lot more, and just like because businesses are gonna start stimulating a lot more, and I'm gonna be getting more calls and stuff like that, and like people gonna have money again. It's gonna be lit. So.
Yeah. I remember you telling me not too long ago that entrepreneurship is like just a race against yourself.
Yeah.
So like, what things have you been learning over the years if you've been an entrepreneur? Because one thing I learned, I'll say, is that business is business, bro. Like it's never personal. Nothing in business is personal. It can get that way, emotions do, come out in business.
That's something that I have trouble with, honestly, because if I feel like somebody's playing with me, I'm like, bro, why you playing with me? Like,
yeah.
That's a party? Like, is that what you think I am? Like, but no. I just think, first of all, the technical skills that allow you to be an entrepreneur is the best thing that you can learn, period. Like, whatever it is that you do, like the technical skills to complete the actual job or create products or whatever, like that's the most important thing that I learned. But other than that, like you really gotta try to be as proactive as you possibly can. But well, I would say the most important thing that I do is to know your worth, because like you can probably see that my career has kind of completely changed. Mm-hmm. Like from what I was doing like when I was like 16 to like now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a completely different vibe. So, and that's because I really took a step back and it was like, all right, my time is worth way more than what I'm doing. So I got to change my business model and approach it way differently and just stay 10 toes on what I'm trying to do and then just go that lane. And I feel like knowing your worth is very important, and then being ever changing. So like I'm saying, like changing career, changing a business, like you read a lot of books, right? Reading, like really taking in information and being it, like that's one way to really stay keen and ever changing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like that's one thing that Grndzro does for me. I can be keen, try different things, and into whole new grounds.
Like, you read a lot?
Yeah.
What books do you like? What type of books do you like?
Let's see, I got some right here. So I got this, like, it's going to be random. It's like a really nerdy book. It's called The Effective Engineer.
Effective Engineer?
This is a guy who worked at Quora, who's basically talking about some real going hard, like technical engineering terms, like about like it's just like delivering products and like stuff like that, and just philosophies behind like working in teams and stuff like that. But like the terminology that he uses is kind of like wow. So you kind of think about do it,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's it just really helped me because it helped me think about processes and just like delivering work and just like stuff like that. But another one, Lynchpin by Seth Godin.
Mm.
Seth Godin is OD. First of all, I met him in real life. He signed my book. That joint was crazy.
That's lit.
But he was talking some stuff. But pretty much, the book Lynchpin is about how everyone is an artist. Like no matter what you do, like you can be an accountant and be an artist. You can be a real estate agent and be an artist by way of the way you sell, or by way of the way you look, or like something like that. Because everything you do is art. Like, and that's the only way to be indispensable at work or in whatever you do.
Mm.
So that's another good book. And then I think the last one probably would be 7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
Mm-hmm.
It's between that and The Richest Man in Babylon. It'll probably be 7 Spiritual Laws.
Okay.
Because that's just like some really introspective type of stuff. Like,
Yeah, I just got done Richest Man in Babylon. I think that was my January read.
Yeah, Richest Man in Babylon is tight. It's real short. It's real short, straight to the point. Like, yeah, this is what they doing to get rich. Do that. Yeah. So, yeah, I like, you gotta keep taking it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So how have you changed over the years as far as your business model and how you think about business?
That's crazy. Well, that's really crazy because, well, one thing that I've kind of noticed as of late, well, at least in terms of coronavirus, like I said, you got to be adaptive. So like coronavirus, we all kind of been as adaptive as we can. But now we realize that we need cash. Like we need to have working bread at our dispense, like ASAP. Mm-hmm. Because like we have to like the money's not working, so we have to make it work ourselves, type of thing. And you just got to be adaptive, and because business is always going to change. Like, and we've seen it change at light speed within the past like 10 years. Because if you think about 10 years ago, that was 2010. YouTube came out. Well, YouTube came out like 05 or something like that, and then got bought by Google in 2007. And in 2007, that's when everything just would change completely. So like after that, everything has accelerated so aggressively in the past like 10 years. And like computer power, like the amount of power that you can have in your iPhone, bro.
It's crazy. It's absurd.
Wow. Like think about the first iPhone compared to this one. Like we really lived through 10 iPhone or like 11 iPhone models. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And with that, everything changes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to think about like macro space because like it all boils down. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's at least in my entrepreneurial like ideals and space. Like I've been thinking that like I need to just think bigger. Mm-hmm. Like it's cool to know the niche. Like you know your niche, you know who you're serving, but in the grand scheme, where do you fit in the whole market space? Like even if you don't have to attack the whole like because that's not what business is about. Like you don't really have to like go for what's not for you. It's just you have to know how you fit in the grand scheme of things. Like, and that boils down from all the way from the Federal Reserve sending stimulus checks through the entire like credit line of the fucking world or something. And then how does that get back down to your small business? Like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I just been thinking about things in a bigger space. I feel like that's what a lot of people need to do and just like start reading a lot more about whatever you're interested in. Like even if it's not business, don't read about something else.
Yeah. That's one thing I've been doing this year. Well, ever since college, bro, I just been reading. Honestly, I read.
College did it. College was what really did it. I don't know why. I wasn't even reading textbooks. Like I was reading textbooks. Like yeah, like I was reading.
I read some of my textbooks. I ain't gonna lie, but throughout, no.
Yeah, nah. I was reading like that's when I started reading actual magazines and stuff like that. Like yeah, like Bloomberg and like TechCrunch. Like,
reading is definitely OC. I read, of course, real estate books. I'm reading this joint right now. Flipping houses for dummies.
Yeah. So it's like do they really make it for dummies? Is it really like, okay, we found this plot of land, we need to get the money.
Yeah,
How much the money costs?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they really dumb it down crazy. Everything for dummies is crazy. Like they dumb it down to very simple terms. But a lot of it, because I've been in the space, is redundant. I know a lot of it. So right now, getting toward the end of the book, they talking about like landscaping and prepping the house. I pretty much know how to prep a house because that's the people I deal with. I teach them how to do things like that. So yeah, it's
Like,
really good.
say where you buying a house right now, right?
Yeah,
Where you buying a house?
Brandywine.
Brandy. Mm. So all the way up, like all the way up to real one for real, it's kind of just like a hotbed for development.
Man, what? It's crazy right now. Just off the dome, a few things I can think of. Man, you got like three. You have a lot of new developments right now, but off the dome, you have Capitol Court, Stanley Martin. Who else? You have
Westphalia or however.
Westphalia. Yeah, Westphalia is like that, bro. Westphalia is going to be
How much? I think they're talking like 400 for something.
yeah, bro. It's up there. I want to say the townhomes are now like 369, mid threes.
Uh-huh.
But with new construction, my new construction story is crazy, bro. It's crazy, but new construction has definitely been an adventure. What's up?
Did you get a lot of control, like over like the types of like materials or like whatever?
Yeah, you have a lot of control, but with that control comes a cost.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you drive past a new construction site, they say starting at low 300s.
Mm-hmm.
At that price, you're getting like the basic model they have. You're not getting any type of lights. Well, depend on the builder. But with Ryan, I know you're not getting any type of lights. All of the lights are like plug-in, are lamps that you have to plug in the wall. Things like that. A lot of times, if you're getting a single family home, you don't get a finished basement. So at the base price, you're getting the basic model they have.
Mm. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then they just tax on everything that you have. But luckily, I got a spec home. So a spec home is pretty much a finished home that is going for a certain amount. So I got mine. My house is truly worth 322. We just got the appraisal. We got it for 306.
Equity.
Equity. Walking in with instant equity.
Yeah.
So I mean we got all the top upgrades. We got except hardwood floor throughout. But we have hardwood floor in the kitchen and as soon as you come in, we got quartz countertops, backsplash.
How did you know that you could afford it though?
I didn't. We went and me and my girl, bro, we just like going to houses in our spare time, like new construction houses.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to this one. We liked it. We always wanted to get a home. We didn't want to get a home that sooner. But we walked in. They said we were approved for that amount. It was like, might as well just go ahead and get it. We got the bread. We do what we want with it. So
that's what's up.
yeah, that's how that happened.
Yeah, I can get behind that. That's
but
cool.
yeah, I mean, you don't know. Like I said, in real estate, you don't know what you can afford. Like I've had a lot of people say, I make a certain amount. I know I can afford, this price, but in all actuality, you got to factor in a lot of, what you got going on. You have a lot of debt. You have a car note. You have student loans that you have to pay every month. Just because you make a certain amount doesn't mean you can, afford what you think you can afford.
Yeah, you gotta take your expenses into account and then make a bottom line.
Exactly. And it's not even me, it's the lender. So the lender will, crunch all your financial information and then go from there. And
they're gonna run your credit and all that.
They're gonna run your credit, they're gonna make sure you're good. They're gonna make sure you are who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, real estate's a game, bro. I love it. Because like you said with Grndzro, your target audience is people who are trying to get off the ground running, not necessarily big businesses, although you do work with big businesses. I work with a lot of first-time home buyers. I love working with first-time home buyers because I'm helping them from the ground up, helping them, understand. It's kind of like teaching them Spanish, like helping them understand a language they don't know.
Right.
And of course, managing them and their biggest asset. It is stressful sometimes because, of course, you're dealing with a lot of emotion. But at the end of the day, man, I love it.
Yeah, that's what's
I've learned how, like, recently, like very recent, like probably like 2 weeks ago or a month ago, just how to take some personal time with all all that I'm dealing with as far as managing people, because
Mhm.
that takes a toll. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Trying
I've
to
I've
work.
been learning to take a lot of personal time, especially after talking to you. I was like, bruh, at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna get it done. So
Yeah, that's why I went on vacation. I was texting you when I was in
yeah,
Mexico. And I
yeah.
was just like, bruh, like, forget this. Like, I really just can't fade work right now. You know what I'm saying? But you need that time, like, or it's just you're never gonna get it.
Oh yeah, you need that time for sure. And even when I'm on vacation, I'm still working, but I wake up early, OC early,
Mhm,
probably walk around for a little bit, get my mind right, and then start working.
mhm.
Um, if I'm on vacation, it would be like work for like 2 hours, like from 7 to 9, and then do what I gotta do.
Yeah,
I'm not touching any work unless somebody call me. I can answer a phone, but I'm not in front of a computer doing work necessarily.
see, like, that's my problem. Like, I'm real life always in front of the computer. Like, I real life see a computer, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta do some stuff. Like, there's something to do. There's something to do. But I kind of slow down and then just start playing video games. So,
What you be playing? You be on the 2K?
like, I'm tired of 2K kind of sucks.
Oh
Like, I
yeah.
just Call of Duty for real and like racing games. So
Hey, my man Dale is nice at 2K.
for real,
Oh, he's a dog.
Dale seemed like he was the type of person to be real competitive and end up being real like that at
Oh,
2K.
he's OC.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, what you got? What advice would you give entrepreneurs like in this space right now? Just I feel like a lot of areas are oversaturated. Not I wouldn't even say oversaturated, but there are a lot of people going in a lot of different areas. You have a lot of makeup artists now, a lot of lash techs.
It's crazy that you start off by saying that because the first thing I was going to say is that like you need to try like think of new, like constantly think of something new because that's what's really going to lead to the breakthrough of like whatever you're trying to do. Like they're really like defining that differentiator
Hmm.
and stepping on it and standing on it and be like, here I am type of thing. So um, yeah, you really need to find a differentiator and really like even if you're in the same industry as somebody, like you just have to do something different, like and try to make it as drastic as you can.
All right.
But yeah, uh, that's one of the biggest things. But other than that, I would just say like stay down for one, like really stay persistent and resilient, especially through times like COVID. Um, like if you're a small business owner, like maybe you might have to shut down. Like maybe you might have to furlough some people. Like it's getting bad for the big businesses. So like the little players, it's like you're almost knocked out 10 for the count. But
Are you
uh,
ready for that once Ground Zero gets big to start furloughing people?
I mean, it's like the situation I told you with the land earlier. Like I work with people to like in their pockets, like type of thing. But like even if it's less, like what I'm saying, it's better than nothing. So I think I would have some type of because like I'm really like a people type of person. Like I just try to be empathetic in whatever I do. Like I'm not really like an extrovert or whatever, but in whatever I do, I try to be very empathetic and like put myself in other person's shoes. So like, and and he just like, oh, you're furloughed. I'll be like, I hate this guy. Back to work, but like it can't be like that, or at least you got to find some people some ways to get the money. Like if you got to take out a loan, you better hope your business credit is proper because I don't know, maybe you might not get along right now, but you got to find some way to pay some people.
Mm.
A real like servant leader and business owner would do something like that. Like what I'm saying, like take that L for it.
Yeah, definitely, especially during these times, bro. It's gonna pay itself forward.
Exactly, like way 3 times, 4 times over.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, but not too much advice other than that. Really, just stay down, find a differentiator, and like really just stay persistent and diligent, and just like find some core values that you really are that are true to yourself that will define your business. Like whether it be I don't know, like I stand on like I just said, diligence. Like I try to be as diligent as I possibly can in my work, like and just really just keep doing it because when you keep practicing, keep doing practice makes perfect, basically.
For
And
sure.
yeah, just stand on some values, integrity, stuff like that, and just stay down.
Stay down.
Yeah.
All you can do. But Yeah, man, I appreciate you for joining me, bro. Appreciate you for being on the podcast.
Yeah, that was a good talk. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Where can people reach you at if they have questions or anything about that?
Instagram at the True Amazing _ it's private, but you can get it. Uh, email me. I'm gonna answer an email. Marcus.washington124 @gmail. If you want to email Ground Zero, it's reach@groundzero.com. But different emails, different reasons, obviously. But yeah, other than that, find me on Twitter, the True Amazing, all that. Just type it in. Ask me some questions.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you, bro. We thank you guys for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you guys on Friday.